What's up, everybody? Yes, y'all, welcome to your girl, Tweet Talks. So, as promised, your girl's shows episodes every Monday. Now, the times may be different, depending on the different availability of different apps that we allow our podcast to distribute through. But your girl is going to be podcasting every Monday, as promised, y'all. The first thing I want to do before we even get into this story, because this story is like baffling to me, and there's a lot that we need to talk about with this, right? So this story is Shanquella Robinson. If you've been paying attention to any current events or the latest news that's been showing up for all of us, regardless of where you are, this female, she's an African-American female. Her name is Shanquella Robinson. I believe she was 28 years old. She, along with a group of her friends, they went to Mexico. I believe it was Cabo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but y'all get the point. She went on a trip with a group of her friends, pretty much like a lot of kids do during spring break, whether it's a college vacation, high school vacation. She went to Cabo, and she actually was in Cabo for no longer than 24 hours, allegedly, and she died. Okay. Now, going down the events of this story, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down some of the events of this story, because I just want to give condolences to her family first. Because, I mean, you know, as a parent, as a female with friends, as a person with friends, when you think of a young person going on a vacation with their friends, you're thinking about them having a time of their lives, coming back with stories and pictures of what they experienced, what they've seen, learning about a different culture. I mean, just having some good, clean fun. You know, maybe some things, you know how they say, things that happen out of the country, stay out of the country, you know. I mean, you just think of a young person going and having the time of their life, right? Well, this young lady went to Cabo and was there only, like I said, less than 24 hours, and she died. Okay, so let's get into the story of what actually happened based on the information that's given out by media. Okay, so Shanquella Robinson, just to give the basic information, Shanquella Robinson was from Charlotte, North Carolina. Her and some friends, I believe the number is 5. Different reports are saying different things. She left going to Mexico, to Cabo, Mexico. And reports are saying allegedly what happened was she flew out with some good friends, one being called a best friend. Less than 24 hours later, authorities reported that this female, Shanquella, was found dead in a hotel in Mexico. So based on the reports, the friends that she had left to go to Mexico with, they caught a flight back and they came back to Charlotte. And when they came back to Charlotte, they had visited her family. Family being her mom, another person I believe being her sister. And they said that, you know, they were giving their condolences that, you know, Shanquella Robinson had died in Mexico and that it was alcohol poisoning, you know. Shortly after that, a video surfaced. And in the video, just to give a descriptive idea of what was going on, it was Shanquella. It looked like to be a hotel room where another female and her were in a physical altercation. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, when I think of the idea of a physical altercation, I think of two people trying to hurt each other. Okay? When you think of a physical altercation, you think of two people throwing jabs, you know, scratching, kicking, punching, trying to hurt each other. Now, I did see a video, and the video that I seen, It pretty much showed a female hitting, punching, kicking, knocking Shanquella Robinson to the ground. In this video, that was considered an altercation. It didn't show Shanquella Robinson giving any blows. Okay. Now I'm gonna take this on the side a little bit, okay? Because I want a lot of y'all to picture what I'm seeing. Number one, y'all. In this video, one female looked like she might have had on a pajama set, shorts, and a top. She had on a scarf. Shanquella, on the other hand, looked like she may have had on a one-piece bodysuit. Her hair was out. Of course, it was disheveled because, you know, the physical situation. But now let's talk about this, because as a sister now, y'all already know where I'm going. When a female puts on a scarf and wraps her hair up, it's either one or two things getting ready to go on. She's getting ready to go to bed, which in that case, she would be in the bed. The other incident is she would put a scarf on her head. Y'all know. Our sister, listen, whether we have tracks, wigs, braids, we have got to do something, because our idea is when this is over, we still got to look good to the best of our ability, right? Yes. So this is something that I noticed immediately in this video. I also noticed, number two, this female seemed like this was her thing. You know, when you get to an altercation with somebody, you can kind of tell by the other person's body language whether they're a fighter or they just gonna make it do what it do. Okay? And in the video, it looked like the other female, she was into this. This is her thing. She didn't have that remorseful stand. She wasn't looking to protect herself. Her stance and movement was strictly to hurt. Now, when you think of physical altercation, when a person goes down, you know, you feel like, okay, I got this. You don't continue to keep going. Okay? So these are some of the things that I witnessed from the video. And y'all feel free, hit me up, tweettalks@proton.me. Y'all know. Send me the email messages, comments, concerns. Chew me out if you need to. But I'm talking about facts of what I've seen. And everybody's pretty much seen this in the media. But when we think about situations like this, we think about, okay, you know, a lot of people have gone online and they've, you know, quickly connected this situation to jealousy. I don't understand that. I don't think that what happened was good by all means. I believe there should be some charges filed. I don't think that it would have been warranted at all. But you know what, people? We got to remember that we're not there in the situation. We don't know what happened. And everything that happens in media, it boils over into real life. Okay? You can see something happen on media and, you know, television, radio, or of any type. And you're like, you know what? If that was me, or if that happened here, or that reminds me of what happened with such and such. And we can't do that. Because what happens is you got young people that may be in high school, college, watching this event. And they like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to spring break no more. I don't think I'm going to hang out with such and such no more, because, you know what? Me and her had beef back in the day, and she might not be done with that. You see what I'm saying? And so, to me, this situation is an isolated situation based on the knowledge that I've acquired from it. But I think we have to be so cautious about the images that we put out to our young people, because, yeah, we know you can't trust everybody. Yeah, we know everybody that says that they're our friend. That doesn't mean that they're our friend. Everybody says they're our best friend is not our best friend. We know this. But we can't live our lives believing, you know, okay, we don't know what happened in the situation, and we've kind of connected it to the Shanquella Robinson situation. You see what happened to her, and we can't do that. We have to wait until all the facts are put on the table. We have to wait and see how everything unfolds before we come up with a conclusion. We know that based on the autopsy that this female had a fractured spine. Now, if anybody knows anything about your spine and what it does, the spine is actually what keeps your body standing up straight. Okay? In order to crack that, now let's think about, when we think of the spine, we think about all the organs that's being held up, bones, ligaments, cartilage, all these things that are holding up the body, as well as the brain. Everything is holding up the body. That spine has to be strong. It's got to be strong to be able to hold that body up. Okay? This female had a broken neck. She was brutally murdered. Okay? And no, by any means do I believe that it was a good thing, regardless of whether it was jealousy or something else. But we have to use the facts and what the information is that we've been provided thus far and go off of that. But when we think of friendships, isn't that crazy? Like, to think that this woman, when you think about planning a trip, I mean, I've been on cruises before, and you plan up until that day. You're making payments, whether you make payment. I mean, that's how I did it. But I mean, for some people, you make preparations. You start preparing your outfits, how your hair is going to be done, who's carpooling with who, what are we going to do? I mean, for a group of friends, this has to be a conversation that is held, if not on a daily basis, for months in advance. This is not something that, it just happens. Okay, we're taking this trip and we're leaving tomorrow. Chances are that is something that you plan ahead of time, because you have to have a place to stay. You have to, make sure your hotel is everything is taken care of, how you're getting from point A to point B. This is something that we prepare for. Okay. And when I say that to say, deciding to take someone out of the country and kill them, that is not inflicting murder. To me, that is something that is prepared, pre-consumed. You decide you're going to do this, you assess it, you make the plans, and it sounds like premeditated murder. Okay? It doesn't sound like something that just happens. Now, when we think about the friends, reports show that these friends came back, and in one specific incident, Shanquella Robinson's sister contacted one of the females that went on a trip and said, "Hey, did you beat my sister up? Like, did you beat her down? Like, what happened? Like, how could you?" And the friends continued to say that it was alcohol poisoning. There was another friend, and this was a male, that said, allegedly, I wasn't there. I had no idea of seeing this video, while he was the voice that you hear clearly in this video saying, "Shanquella, you ain't gonna fight back?" Like, if this is how things are going when it comes to friendships nowadays, baby, I don't know. Because this thing here this is something different. Now let's do a little research into this, because I've looked and done research into this. Within the last year, there have been 4 African American, both male and female, young people that were killed in Mexico. And based on the information that I received, it did not receive any highlights, any current events, any backlash like this did. And so I had to think about it, and I said, well, why? I mean, why would they not broadcast something like this? Well, this is the only video that connects to another African American person allegedly murdering another African American person. Okay? So when I say this to say, we can't make assumptions and say, okay, well, these females was wrong. They was just grimy. How could they do this? Yes, it's wrong, and it deserves punishment. But let's look into all the facts. Let's watch and see how the investigation process comes. Because I feel like there's some more information that's going to come out. And it's going to be some people that's not in the videos. Sometimes with our young people, dating is something that we do, and we do it, and we do it in social media. We do it in, they've got apps created for this. They've got all types of different ways of meeting new people. Okay? So we don't know if Shanquella had met someone in Mexico that maybe would have helped, maybe financially, or maybe just wanted to meet her, and she felt like maybe it was a safe environment to bring some of her friends. We don't know. So I say this to say, y'all, in this situation, like I said, I give condolences to the family of Shanquella Robinson. And I think you guys are incredibly brave. I mean, the way you conducted the interviews and gave information and was smart enough to say, you know what? We need to see what happened. We just can't go by what we hear. You guys were like incredibly brave with that. But I will say, let's just watch it and see how it unfolds. All right, because telling our children, you know what, watch the company you keep, look what happened to her. It's not enough. It's not enough. If you know anything about kids, you know, when you tell them about don't do because this is what this happens and that happens, I'm going to show you, Mom. I'm going to show you, Dad, that that's not going to happen to me because my friends are different. Meanwhile, we're all moving off of an assumption. So let's get the facts. Let's watch closely and see what happens. What's the end result of the Shanquella Robinson story? But again, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and shut this episode down and let y'all know I love y'all for tuning in. Stay tuning in to every Monday. We'll have a new episode. And we out. Tweet, y'all.